everyone. My name is Missy Steinman. I'm an HR business partner here at Athena Health. I support technology, network knowledge, emerging services, and communicator enterprise. I've been here since March of 2013. I'm going to take you through behavioral interviewing today. Hopefully, at the end of this, you will understand the methodology on behavioral interviewing, gain access to a tool you can use at interviews for any role at any level at Athena Health, and obtain working knowledge on how to ask the question and evaluate the answer. Let's start with, what is a behavioral question? A behavioral interview question asks for specific situational examples of how the candidate has demonstrated the characteristics we are seeking. These questions typically begin with, "Tell me about a time," or "Give me an example." We ask candidates to think about one specific moment in their past that will help to indicate their future behavior. Now that you understand the definition of behavioral questions, the next step is to show you the actual tool you will use. This tool will help you assess what we call a cultural fit. We pulled these behaviors from our corporate competency model so that they are applicable for any role at any cohort level. This tool is not meant to replace some of the technical questions you may have for the candidate to assess their ability to do the job. Let's show you the tool you will be using in the interview. You will see the name of each behavior at the top left of each section on the document. There are 6 behaviors in total that we pulled from the corporate competency model: energy and drive for results, innovation, open communication and transparency, collaboration and teamwork, data and technical insight, agility and flexibility. In order to best demonstrate the use of this tool, we will walk through a role play using the first behavior, energy and drive for results. Joining me will be Susan Treadway, Director of HR Operations, and Ari Jett, HR Business Partner. Susan will play the role of candidate and Ari will play the role of interviewer.
Susan, describe a time when you set a challenging goal for yourself that was over and above what was expected of you.
Oh yeah, Ari, this happens to me all the time. I always set challenging goals for myself.
Susan gave us a very general answer, but we'll want more information from her to determine whether or not she can demonstrate energy and drive for results. Throughout the interview, your goal as the interviewer will be to get the star. First, you will want the candidate to describe the situation or task. Then you will want to know what action they took based on the situation and task. Finally, we will want to understand what the result of their action was. Were they successful or unsuccessful? What did they learn from that experience? In this example, Susan provided a very general answer. She didn't give us a specific situation, so we can't move on to find out her actions. So in order to get a specific situation from Susan, Ari will need to ask another question.
That's great that you set challenging goals for yourself. Can you think of a specific moment in time when you set a challenging goal and describe the actual situation to me?
Sure. Last week, my manager asked me to complete the outstanding tasks in our work queue. I had been really frustrated by the queue in the past, and I decided I wanted to make it more efficient. I took this opportunity to analyze our inquiries.
What Susan just did was start to describe the situation, which is the first part of the star. However, she didn't give us more detail. It's not enough information to determine if she meets the competency. What we're missing are the other components of the star. Remember, we are looking for situation or task, action, and result. Now we have the situation from Susan, and she began describing the task, but to help you get the star, we added prompts to the core Athenista behavioral interview questions. Ari is going to walk you through the prompts to find out Susan's action and results.
Susan, can you explain why you took that approach?
I looked at our most common inquiry because I suspected that I could shorten our turnaround time. I found that we were data entering a piece of information into 3 different locations. I was able to consolidate that into one location.
So what was the result or impact of that?
Because it was our most common inquiry, it significantly improved our turnaround time on our queue.
That's great. What did you learn from this experience?
I learned that if I have an idea, I should take action on it instead of waiting to be asked to do so.
With some prompting, Susan was able to provide us with her situation and task, action, and result. As a side note, if you have to use the prompts, that does not mean that the candidate's answer is insufficient. The prompts are designed to help you get to the star, as most candidates won't be able to get there on their own. Now that we got the star, how do we decide from what Susan said if she demonstrates energy and drive for results? We created a rating scale to help you evaluate the candidate's answer. The scale only has 3 ratings, allowing you to easily calibrate with other interviewers in the process. Don't worry about trying to complete the evaluation during the interview. You will want to focus on connecting with the candidate and listening to their answers. We recommend that you complete the evaluation as soon as possible following the interview itself. This ensures that their answers will be fresh in your mind. So, let's go back and think about Susan's answer. We'll start by asking ourselves if Susan had a poor answer. If Susan's answer were to fall into the poor category, she wouldn't have given an example at all, or she would have provided a vague answer even after prompting. Susan was able to provide an example, so she should be rated higher than a 0 on this question. So, did she have a good answer? She was able to provide a basic example and was able to answer the question and stay on topic, but Susan's answer did even more than that. She provided context and important details to help us understand her situation. The example she gave us was interesting, which would lead me to assess her answer as compelling and specific. In addition to that, she proved that she could take action without being told to do so first. Her answer also demonstrated her ability to apply the lesson going forward. We can therefore conclude that Susan will demonstrate the behavior in the future. We would recommend giving Susan a great rating for this question. The example we just took you through is clearly a scripted answer. You'll definitely come across a lot of different answers when you're actually interviewing. The style of questioning is likely different from what the candidate is used to and may sometimes even feel awkward, so please keep that in mind, and also know that this will become easier to evaluate the more often you do it. Let's review the key takeaways. A candidate's past behavior is a strong indication of their future behavior. Your job as the interviewer is to get the star. Prompting will help the candidate to dig deeper and provide you with detailed answers. Rate the candidate while their answers are fresh in your mind so you can calibrate with other interviewers. Next, you will receive an Outlook invitation for your interview and will be assigned a particular competency. If you don't have your specific assignment, please reach out to your hiring manager or recruiter. Thank you for joining us for this webinar. If you have any future questions, please contact your HR business partner or recruiter.